let's talk about the cost of the garage and how much I spent to put this showroom style garage together. So if you're here for the first time, make sure to subscribe. Also hit that bell notification so you get notified every time I post a video. Also, if you want to support the channel, you have two ways to do. Of course, subscribing, and other way to do it, it's heading to hardworkforce.com and grab any merch. As you guys know, I do a lot. I try to bring a lot of content for you guys. So I really appreciate if you can get any merch. We have different stuff there and more new merch coming really soon. If you didn't watch, I'll leave the link below and here on the corner so you can watch the entire reno I did on this garage. Was always my dream to have a bigger garage, but I figure, you know, I work with what I have right now, and what I have is this 2-car garage. It's a 22 by 19 with an 8-foot ceiling. Right here is the final result. I still have the phase 2, and the phase 2 is gonna include a pressure washer setup, a compressor setup, and also some cabinets, and that should be the final phase of the garage. I'm saving money for this second phase because it's gonna be expensive too. Remember, things change. I don't know when you are watching this video, so everything changed from the price. Right now, everything is so expensive, which is hard to measure when you are doing yours. Just think about it. Take a look when this video is live so you can have an idea. For example, SWISSTRAX 2 years ago was way cheaper than what it is now, like everything else, right? So let's start from the beginning. I put my list together here. The first thing I did was the LALLY column removal. So you guys know I hire a company because you need an engineer, you need draws, you need permits and everything else. But there's a steel beam that they put there. So you pay by the steel price, right? Depends how many square feet you have, that's how much you pay. So for my removal was a total of $4,900. Yeah, I know it's not cheap, but this garage would not feel the same if I have a LALLY column here. So I had to pay $4,900 for it, everything's included. On top of that, the only thing I had to pay is the permit, which another, well, in my town, depends on the town you live, my town charged me $145. So the second thing is plumbing. The plumber, the first quote I got, the guy charged me, believe it or not, $2 grand to just run a line next to the door. But this is like, I'm not paying, I'll do by myself. Just in material, I bought the Apex and all the shark bite fittings, which they are not cheap. I think each fitting depends, like if it's a T or it's 9 degrees, you normally pay between $8 and $12, depend, like of course if it's a valve it's more expensive than actually a 9-degree T. So all in all, I spent $120 just in material for the plumbing. I got done by myself, right? The other thing I got done was the electrical job, which was basically putting the 2 lights you see here. I didn't have that before, so I just had 2 lights here close to the door. So I had to add another 2 lights there, which is basically an extension from the ones that were here before. Also, I asked the electrician to put a new outlet for the TV right here. And the main thing was running a dedicated 20-volt for the pressure washer setup, which he has to run like conduit all over, and also running, once he got the main outlet for the pressure washer, he also got me an outlet for the compressor. So basically, and also he fixed a light outside of my garage. Everything included, all material, wires, everything. So he charged me $1,200 for the entire thing. Material include, labor include, you know, everything. It's like the label on my back panel, everything is included. Once the electrical was done, I bought those lights from Obsessed Garage. Those are the best. It makes this place so much better, and the total for that was $550. $65. I know it's expensive, so if you plan to do a detailing or something like this, you gotta invest in lights. I did my research and those are the best lights. You can get either in 4 bulbs or 6 bulbs. I went with 4 fixtures of 4 bulbs each one. And remember, this I installed by myself. The electrician part wasn't included in the install. He wants to charge me $75 per fixture. So I was like, no, I'll do by myself, don't worry about it. After that, you guys saw I had to do some patching on the concrete. That was just material from Home Depot. I got a concrete patching kind of thing. That was $55. If you don't have anything bad on your floor, you know, that may not apply to you, but I did that, so I have to count on that. The other thing I did, you guys saw, I installed a vent to get like some heat and AC from my garage. That was it wasn't cheap, because the thing is, my father-in-law, he had this vent, this sucks the air from my furnace room through here. So the only thing I had to buy is like a laundry vent kind of thing, and also the you know, the duct that goes on it. So that I pay $75, everything included, so it's not counting the vent that sucks the air from it. That vent's probably another $100 if you want to do it that way. I don't think that everybody has the same setup that I do, so it's hard to tell if that's gonna apply to you or not, right? One thing I also did was the patching. The patching, buying all the patches and, you know, the mud was another $70. So I need that to close all the holes and everything else. If you pay somebody, it's probably gonna pay like $800, $1,000, because the labor is insane. So after that, we have to paint it, right? Everything was done, so I had to paint. So I start painting the ceiling. The ceiling, it's a tricorn black from Sherwin-Williams color. Sherwin-Williams is not the cheapest paint, but just for the ceiling I bought 2 gallons, and that was enough for my ceiling. Remember, my garage is a 22 by 19. For that I paid $75 for 2 gallons, which is it's not bad at all. I thought it would be more expensive. The walls I bought the Benjamin Moore Carbon Gray color super paint. That was pretty expensive. That was $165 for that paint alone. You don't need primer, you don't need anything, you just apply the super paint and that's it. For the floor, before installing the SWISSTRAX, my floors were pretty messed up, so I had to do like epoxy base painted. It's not epoxy, I didn't apply epoxy, keep that in mind. And the reason why I didn't want to do epoxy, it's because where I live, we have many problems with humidity, and also the winter is pretty tough and the salt can destroy the epoxy. That's why I didn't do epoxy, but I'll do an entire video just talking about the flooring and the epoxy, why I choose SWISSTRAX and so on and so forth. But if you guys know a little bit about SWISSTRAX, you can kind of see the underneath, not really, but you can see if it's really messed up. And my floor had some red on it because I painted my father's-in-law truck here, so I need to get rid of it. So what I found was this this epoxy base paint from Home Depot. They cost me, I bought 2 gallons. I still have like half gallon here just in case, but let's say a gallon and a half was enough for me to get this entire garage painted with 2 coats, and that paint was $70. It's not cheap because it's based on epoxy, but you can find a Home Depot or Lowe's. I'll leave the links here below. You can also get that from Amazon. It's pretty good paint though. The only thing is you gotta let dry for like 7-8 days before you drive over. So what I did, I put some cardboard underneath the car so I could park it until I get the SWISSTRAX, because by the time I painted SWISSTRAX, I bought SWISSTRAX like 3 weeks later. So just keep that in mind, but that's pretty, you gotta do that, right? So the other thing is I put in new garage door openers. So my garage door openers were from 1996, I believe. So they didn't have Wi-Fi, all the kind of stuff that you get now. So I bought 2 brand new from Amazon. That's a chandelier mic too, mic Wi-Fi capable, so I can open and close the door, and I have notifications on my phone every time, you know, the door closes or opens. I pay $584 for both. Yeah, it's not cheap, but this is like a long-term investment. This is gonna make my life so much easier. I can control from wherever, like if I'm on vacation, I can see, I can open my door for if anybody needs to get in, or if I get a package delivered, I can open the door. I think it was worth the money. I think that was pretty much it. Everything was painted. To be honest, I couldn't use the garage the way it was until this point, but I bought SWISSTRAX. I was waiting for some kind of sale, so they had the July 4th sale. That's when I bought it. I'm gonna mention that again because that, you know, you can have a base how much you're gonna spend on your garage, because that goes by the size. The design, it doesn't really matter. Everything is the same price. I went with SWISSTRAX Pro. I didn't want the smooth version, which is a little bit cheaper, but so I spent $2,020 on SWISSTRAX alone. Yeah, SWISSTRAX alone, it's a pretty pricey, but it's worth it. I think it's worth it. I was talking with my wife yesterday. It's worth every single penny because the floor looks clean all the time, and that I can drive the car in and out anytime. Doesn't need to think about if the tires are hot and so on and so forth. So I had to. So after that, the last thing I bought it for this phase one was that workbench, that Husky workbench. It's 18 inches deep, which it's perfect for me for my garage setup. So that one I paid $350. So that concludes the phase one of my garage, and the total comes, just to accomplish whatever you were saying here, in some DIY style. Of course, some stuff you cannot do by yourself. I had to pay somebody to build a garage like this. So far in phase one, you are looking at $10,000, $446. Yeah, 10 grand. Of course, if you don't have to do the LALLY column, it's probably half of this. So that's the grand total. I think that's totally worth it. If you're planning to do your garage, you should definitely consider, and the goal here is try to help you. It feels totally different here. I mean, I wish you guys could feel how much better it feels being here in this garage, you know. And I'm gonna start doing some work here soon, so you guys are gonna have a feeling. Thank you so much if you have been here since this garage like was a crap garage, and now you have the chance to see me work on this place, which is unbelievable. It feels so much better. I can't explain how much better that feels, right? That's wrapped the phase one. I want to give you guys the cost and how much I have spent so far on this garage, because a lot of people want to do it, and I just want to be honest with you, bring some value so you can try and think and plan and do that by yourself, right? So as I said, if you want to help with the channel, there's a link in the description below for the hard work force, and you also, if you can subscribe and like, that's the way to help, so this can help funding more stuff here. As you guys know, YouTube is not my main thing. I do this on the side, but any help can, you know, bring some more content and more good stuff for the channel. A lot of stuff ahead of us. I have some projects going on the Corvette, the truck too. Couple of truck content come out this week as well, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, never forget, enjoy your life and work hard for it.